we have the America's representative and the most experienced player of the tournament. We have Mestre versus Pituok coming up right now.
My name is Mestre, recognized as Mestre. I'm feeling very excited to be here, very proud, and I'll do my best to win the finals. It really means a lot to me because being here, one of the clubs that I really support in real football as well, it's an honor. And I think I'm very capable of winning it as well, and that's the most important thing. So my game plan in the group stage is just doing what I've trained, being aggressive in the pressure and just be myself. I just want to enjoy because you never know when it's going to be the last time. So just enjoying and then of course winning. I don't think there's any favorite because to be honest, whenever you compete, everyone is capable of winning, and if they arrive till here, it means that they are really good at the game. So even if there are some recognized names, I think there's no favorite at all. The fact that makes me confident to reach the top 2 is that I was runner-up from the World Championship last year. So I'm really expecting high standards from myself. So let's do my best. I think I can do it. I've done it plenty of times back in the past. So why not once more? So if I make it into the World Finals, my main objective would be to improve my last year's result. It's just being world champion. It's a dream that I have to come true, but of course it's very difficult, but I think I'm capable of. So let's compete for it and let's win it. So I don't really know Pituok, but I expect him to play possession. I think he's going to be a strong opponent. So yeah, I will play my best. And only that, I think he will play possession 4-5-1 and yeah, I'll try to beat him.
Me llamo Pituok, soy representante argentino de la final del Fútbol Club Barcelona. Estoy muy emocionado, es un sueño para mí estar en este país, en esta ciudad, así que a dar lo mejor de mí. Para mí representar al Barcelona es un condimento extra porque soy simpatizante del Barcelona a pesar de ser argentino y estoy muy emocionado. Para mí el partido más difícil son todos porque cada uno tiene su estilo de juego, gente con experiencia, mundialista. En mi caso es la primera vez que vengo a participar. Todos los partidos son difíciles, así que mi plan de juego para el torneo es improvisar y acostumbrarme a distintas situaciones del partido. Bueno, el partido con Mestre va a ser muy complicado. Jugador mundialista, último subcampeón del mundo. Espero que salga todo bien, va a ser un partido muy difícil, pero bueno, con fe en el resultado a mi favor. Mi principal objetivo para el Mundial es disfrutar de la experiencia y tratar de hacer lo mejor posible para salir campeón. Y un saludo a toda mi familia, a mis amigos, conocidos y a la comunidad de la Pituneta.
Number 2 ready as the players take their seats. It is Christian Peña, 27 years of age, Pituok by name, and of course Miguel Mestre, a man who has sat in that seat many times before over the years, 26 years old, making his first game of these Barcelona club event finals. We can start with Mestre, Barry, of course, because there is so much information on him. He has been here time and time again in this very studio throughout the years in the eFootball Championship Pro, has donned many jerseys but has had plenty of success. Do you think that plays a bit of a home field advantage, also being a Spaniard, of course?
Yeah, I think it does, and I think Pituok has the right... I think he said the right thing in the VT there, that like he knows playing Mestre that like he has to improvise, because Mestre can mix it up and play multiple styles. There's lots of guys we'll see in the competition, they'll have one style, they'll have a plan A, they're exceptional at it, and then plan B. They're still better than me or you at it, but it's not as strong, you know, so they'll kind of have to rotate around. But Mestre can mix it and do anything, like a lot of the time he'll do that. So we spoke to him yesterday. He seemed very calm, very confident, said, look, I've the work done. Now it's time to do it. But yeah, he's just... Is there a bit of a fear factor there? But then you look at the other result, Pituok. Maybe he's fearless. So it's a tough one to call, but Mestre definitely does have the recognition. But this he looks calm. And I mean, with a result in the first one, Mestre's first game as well, maybe a little bit just kind of teasing out at the start to see how he plays, see how he positions himself.
Well, we'll get our first look at both of these players throughout the club event finals here for FC Barcelona. We are underway. It is Miguel Mestre in the famous Blaugrana kit, red and blue. And he's on the chart here early on with Rafinha, almost starting things off really dangerously indeed, and he scores the first goal.
It's just a simple, it's an own goal in the end. I think Derek Kubarsi's put it in the back of his net. It's nothing he could do about it, but it's just 2 passes, 3 passes, Harry, and it's in the back of the net. What a start for Mestre.
Well, no time at all for introductions, as Miguel Mestre, last year's World Championship runner-up, lost 2-3 on penalties after extra time against the world champion Jun Sui of Thailand, has forced the error and scored first in that chair that he has taken so many times and has seen so much success. It's 1-0 and an uphill battle here for Pituok.
Pituok didn't even get to touch the ball there.
If you don't count putting it in his own net, of course.
Yeah, true.
Now in possession, as he gives it away, it will be Pituok in the change strip, red cursor from right to left. Lamine Yamal far side. And that is a big statement in your opening match. This, of course, Mestre's first game of the entire club event finals, to take down a 3-time world champion with such a commanding scoreline.
It's a great ball.
Lamine far side for Miguel Mestre, inside to Marcus Rashford. Oh, nice bit of speed boost there as well, just sadly over the bar.
What's one worry for me, I think, if I'm Pituok here, is if you look at the runs that Mestre is getting off the ball and the runs he's triggering manually, there's a lot of space, there's a lot of openings, and it's just about picking the right ball through. It's just overhit that shot, overpowered it, but that's worrying signs. You don't want Mestre to be peppering the goal like that, because he's super clinical.
Definitely not. Now Pituok trying to get some triangles going throughout that midfield. Mestre, though, dispossessing. And everywhere you look, the man from Valencia is just pouring bodies forward. It's Rashford scoring the second goal for Mestre. That Showtime card, I think we'll see it quite a lot.
That's it, Harry.
Here.
The run. It's the run again. I mean, it's just not tracked. It's perfect, and it's a brilliant run. And you said the Showtime Rashford there. He's playing out of position, you might say, but it's his movement. It's just untrackable, and that's what's created that opportunity there. Couldn't switch to the manual goalkeeper. I don't think he triggered the manual goalkeeper. That slide tackle there, just a bit of calmness and a great finish. Rashford's having a lot to say in this competition so far.
Of course, that Rashford card released shortly after the new year, wasn't it? I think I picked him up myself.
Yeah.
Definitely one to invest in. He is so strong, no doubt going to be a staple throughout all of the teams we see here at this club event finals. Now Pituok, after going 2-0 down, has a chance to venture forward. Lamine, Pedri, Lewandowski, Arthurine on the other side is there.
Another 2-0 up in the first half.
You trying to tempt fate there, Barry? I don't think that's allowed as commentators.
I just want drama. That's all I want.
That's the spirit here. Marcus Rashford across the halfway line. Rafinha. Oh, that is a really...
He's picking up the yellow, though. It's a nice yellow because he has to stop that flow of ball through. Like Mestre's just waltzing through that spot there, and that's dangerous. Attacking midfielder, that number 10, that whole player. It can be lethal in eFootball in the hands of somebody like Mestre.
Here's Mestre, Lewandowski on the turn. Almost had an unfortunate bounce there, the Argentinian Pituok, but managed to calm things down at the back. Mestre, though, will continue to come forward. Pedri with the first touch, double touch. Now Pituok, I mean, mentally, you're probably thinking after your first game, that's neat footwork there by Rafinha, who can skip forward. Probably thinking, this club event finals thing is really easy. But then up steps Miguel Mestre. Only 25 minutes gone though, Barry, of course. Next goal you sense might just be a big turning point in this match, whichever way it goes.
Pituok is coming into it a little bit now. He's a very good dribbler. Very, very nice on the ball, calm.
Can he turn that dribbling though into success here? Rafinha near side into the box. Tried to return the favour. But Kubasi.
There's the counter now, Harry. This is danger.
This is where you need to keep your head on a swivel, or just put in more stiff
exactly,
like that.
Or lose the head and just go through somebody.
Rashford. This is Mestre coming forward here. Look at Firmino. He's continued his run far side. Can't quite replicate that second-minute own goal though. Here's Rashford again. That's a nice ball roll. Created the space for the strike.
And as you said, Harry, that Rashford card is lethal. He's just so much in his arsenal, and you can train him up in different ways and have different cards like that. But that Rashford is causing him serious issue up front.
Couldn't believe my eyes when I managed to secure him. Here's Lewandowski. That's a really nice fake strike. Forces the goalkeeper into action as well.
Pituok's been forced into a decision now because Mestre is dominating that, that little kind of like position in the middle of the field, and he's just getting so much joy.
After the corner, it continues forward here. Rafinha trying to something. The controlled strike into the far corner.
Double touch into a finesse. Absolutely unbelievable, that controlled shot there. It's been coming though, hasn't it? He's been attacking him left, right, through the middle. Pick your poison. You have to give the space some time to press out. 3-0 and Mestre, we just heard there off camera here, Mestre gave us like a little bit of a come on because he knows that 3-0 is huge. And what a goal as well, Harry.
We mentioned the next goal. Could be a corner to turn for either player on the stage.
For guys watching at home, I mean, he kind of super cancels out. He doesn't let the full animation run, which is a little bit of a more advanced technique that people will appreciate from Mestre. It's only a top tier skill move, you know.
There is the man who just scored his third goal in the first half, Miguel Mestre. 5 minutes until half-time. Is there a response here from Pituok? He's struggled coming forwards. Mestre seems to have just set his stall out really well here.
Yeah, he has.
Knows this team inside and out.
And he's just running. He's taking the ball from kind of that defensive midfielder position and just being able to travel with it, it seems. And that seems to be causing the problem.
Lewandowski returning from an offside position there. Pituok just cannot seem to get into a flow.
He's holding the ball well, he's dribbling well, but his passing is just a little bit astray. And then the pressure Mestre is putting him under, the positioning that Mestre is putting him under it's a masterclass, really. If guys are watching at home, watch how often he's switching. Watch, he's not over committing with any of his manual defense, which is a huge thing in the game now.
Look at the man hugging the touchline on the far side, Lamine Yamal. 2 minutes added on here at the end of the first half. Nice run by Pedri as well. Sadly, the cross too close to the goalkeeper. And for the man who he averaged around 3 goals in his round 4 knockout stages, did Pituok. Half-time is now with us. He seems to have been almost dampened a little bit by Mestre here.
Yeah.
3-0 to the Spaniard here in the first half.
It just seems to be a bad matchup for Pituok. That's what it looks like for me. If you look at the stats, I mean, obviously no shots on target compared to 4. Interceptions, he's double the interceptions. Mestre is very aggressive, so he doesn't like letting you have the ball for too long. And he just likes to push the pace. And that's not really suiting Pituok here.
Well, maybe it's the lights or the cameras, but the action has not let us down. Second half underway. Pituok's kick-off sadly surrendered over to the man who holds a 3-0 lead. Miguel Mestre. Marcus Rashford. That's really nice. Oh my days.
Oh my days. We're seeing everything here. We're seeing everything here now. We're seeing skill moves, everything.
Strike from downtown, Barry.
Oh my days. Control shots, stunning shots, skill moves, double touches, ball rolls. Mestre's putting on a clinic here. He's putting on a masterclass. What a goal, Harry.
Oh, that is special, the skill move. To just create the space and ride the challenge and the pressure.
It's a beautiful feat again, isn't it?
Beautiful feat.
What a finish. And that tells a lot more than just a goal, I think, because usually at this stage, you're not giving your opponent that much time on the ball to do a stunning shot like that. But Pituok is just kind of sitting back a little bit now.
We saw from the Argentinians' reaction, it was almost like, ooh,
yeah, he's just accepted
it's a goal.
It's a brilliant goal.
What can you do against something like that? I always look forward to the Barcelona club event finals, Barry, just purely based on the players available to this great historic club. You see moments of brilliance like that so often at this event.
And you have kind of with the cards as well. Like you have different heroes kind of stepping up, different cards stepping up for you. Like Rashford has been undefendable here for Pituok today.
Lewandowski forward for it. Rafinha gets his strike off, forces the save. And there's a jostle there, ending in a corner to Pituok near side. So first real chance of the game for him. Now the corner to follow. It's back here to Lamine, trying to go into the box perhaps. The header unsuccessful. Now Pedri, this has been a good spell for Pituok. But Mestre is just riding the wave.
He's pushing the pace a bit now, Harry, you're right.
That's done by Lewandowski. Oh, that's another rocket!
Right back at you with a stunning shot. Small crack opens up here, 4-1. Dare we say it's too much of a gap to come back? I'm not going to make the mistake I made in the first game, Harry. But 2 goals, but oh man, this has been, yeah, you called it, Harry, in fairness to you, you called it. I mean, Pituok is pushing the pace a little bit now, isn't he? He's kind of stepping into those areas a bit more.
I can't wait to see this one again. Anytime I see that purple power bar just charging up, I get a little bit giddy and in anticipation. He had so much time and space, and all it takes is to send your opponent for a dummy. Mestre caught overcommitting.
He overcommitted there. Yeah.
That amount of space, and when you have showed time, Lewandowski at your disposal, that's what he does.
Yeah, just slightly slacked off. I think Mestre knows it. He says, yeah, look, I did overcommit, as you say, Harry. Now it's a case of, right, there's still a bit of time here. What have we got, 30 minutes to go or so? There's still a bit of time here, but I think it's too early to shut up shop. Just still keep playing what you're doing and build more attacks and keep them on the front foot. Keep on the front foot if you're Mestre anyway. Pituok's going to have to go for it, I think. That's the change is being made here.
I think you're right. I think it is just a little bit too early on in the match to really, like you say, pull all your eggs in one basket.
Cambio de jugadores en
You
el
still
Barcelona.
have half an hour of eFootball, which on console is more than enough to get yourself 3
El
goals.
dorsal 10, el dorsal 6.
A player like
Serán
Mestre
sustituidos por el dorsal
having
8,
battled so
el
hard though
dorsal
last year to
18,
just even feature in his first ever World Finals.
el dorsal 21.
After the
Cambio
year
de
before
jugadores.
really
La asistencia
coming
a este partido
close but
asciende a
falling at the last hurdle, he
96.026
trusted the
espectadores.
process. I think he knows, Mestre, having those experiences, especially after last year coming so close, how to just see out games like this.
That's a huge thing as well, because he's seen it all. He's seen every possible variation of being, you know, up 3-1, up being 2-0, down 2-0. He's seen it all.
Ooh, that's a bit of a
dangerous
miscommunication there, and that's going to allow showtime. Marcus Rashford here through one-on-one. Has to be careful of the defender, though. Oh, did he get the ball?
That looked clean. It's gone out for a corner. It's a serious tackle. Holy moly, it's an unbelievable tackle.
Well, the subsequent corner is headed away. I'd like to see a replay.
Yeah, we're going to have to look at that.
That one was last ditch by the very definition. A risky tackle, and it's a let-off for Mestre. Pituok, though, proving he belongs at this level. Far side, Torres into the box. Just ran into traffic there.
Yeah. There's a gap here, though.
Just tapered off a little bit, has Mestre. He would love to settle himself down, perhaps, with a bit of possession. Very direct in the way he attacks, though. 15 minutes remain. Nice ball over the top. Now, Fermin, can he get this one under his spell? Doesn't seem so.
Yeah, it's just gone a bit sloppy, as you said, isn't it? It's gone a bit messy.
Rashford. Oh, that's lovely footwork. Tackle. Necessary block. I think the big conundrum that a lot of these players will be seeing with their lineups here, Barry, as we enter the last 10 minutes of the match. Where do you place your midfield? I mean, what personnel do you go for? So many attacking and defensive talents in the midfield for Barcelona as Pituok comes forward into a box here, dealt with though by Mestre.
How you set up, I think, is so important in midfield. I mean, obviously you're going to be scoring with Rashford and them boys, but it's the breakdown of play. That's where it is. And Mestre, pretty much in the first half, he literally ran midfield. He dominated midfield. And now Pituok is kind of doing that here as well. So
Torres can try and get another back, but the Argentinian, it's been slim pickings for him.
Pituok's just having a little bit more. This will stand to him, I think, in the competition. This type of play.
Indeed it will. Dani Olmo into the box for him. All controlled strike. Oh, it's bouncing everywhere. And who's arriving but Marcus Rashford?
Again, it's Rashford, that man again. 4-2. That's showtime cards. Now 3 minutes left, though. I'm still afraid to call it after the last time. But yeah, look, Mestre's tapered off a little bit. Maybe he felt like he'd enough done. That could be dangerous. That could be dangerous because all it takes is a little bit of bad luck, a bit of a break, and we already had that game-winning or the goal-winning block as well. That slide tackle that could have been 4-3 now if he'd scored that penalty. But yeah, it's interesting times. It's interesting times. This is an interesting battle.
Well, it looks very unlikely, Barry, that we'll see a comeback here from Pituok. I'm not going to rule it out just yet because we shouldn't. But I think from what we can ascertain, attacking-wise, Pituok seems pretty solid. It just seems to be defensively, it's let himself down.
Yeah, he just completely gave up midfield in the first half. And Mestre couldn't believe it. I'd say he was just dominating midfield, and he was so much time to pick where he wanted to put, left, right, spray the ball through the middle. If the triangle wasn't on, he was just doing a stunning shot.
We're in the third minute of 3 added on. It is just a formality at this point in terms of where the points and the result will go. The referee has indeed blown for an offside, but I think that will be the last action we see here between Mestre and Pituok. For a man who took down the 3-time world champion in a big scoreline, Pituok has fallen here on the stage. Final score, Mestre 4 and 3 points to his name, Pituok 2, and back to the drawing board.
Yeah, I think it's kind of it's probably the fair result. Mestre was the better player in that matchup, but he asked enough questions that Mestre will probably be saying, listen, I can't let my guard down. I can't just take the foot off the gas when I'm on it. I have to be ready even if I'm 4-0 up. But that's where you said as well, Harry, that experience comes in. He just killed the game out, even though he did concede that second goal there.
Yes, indeed. We can see the stats here for the game. 5 shots, 5 on target for Pituok, but sadly, just bested here on the stage. A learning experience for the 27-year-old Christian Peña from Argentina. It's come a long way.
That first goal is massive though, isn't it? Even though it's scrappy, it's huge. It's a huge first goal, and he followed that up, Harry, then with the pressure. He can push the pace then, you see.
Yeah, when you're somewhat of a player that likes to go forward and score goals. When you concede early, it can be really difficult for you to get your feet under you, especially when just 10 minutes later, Marcus Rashford is able to double the advantage for your opponent. We can see the handiwork here of Miguel Mestre. And from that point, other than the 2 goals he conceded, of course, last year's World Finals runner-up, the silver medalist of this competition last year, never really looked back. A fancy footwork with Rafinha, super cancel, controlled strike. It was magic to watch. He looked absolutely mesmeric. And the misery really just compounded for Pituok throughout. Into the second half, of course, who else but Showtime Rashford? You cannot afford to give him that amount of space. The purple power bar spells peril whenever you see it with Marcus Rashford. That was the third of 4 goals scored by Miguel Mestre, and even Pituok knew, you know what, that's pretty nice. And at 4-0, we're thinking this is a formality. But that rocket by Pituok, Alex, that is signs of life. The 27-year-old Argentine will probably be looking forward to watching that one back on the stream. Sadly for him, the 3 points go to Miguel Mestre, but potentially that one, the pick of the bunch. What do you say?
And Pituok really got the momentum going. Unfortunately for him, it wasn't enough. There wasn't enough time left, but absolute golazos.
I mean, it's what we come to expect from Miguel Mestre. Obviously, he was really gracious in defeat last year. I mean, was disappointed not to be crowned world champion at the first time of asking, but let me tell you, he is a player that thrives on growth, and I think he would have learned from that for sure.
Yeah, he started off really, really well today, and I think Barry is with him to see his impressions. Let's go with Barry and Mestre.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm here with Mestre. Mestre, what a result. Like a masterclass there with the finesse shots, the control shots, the stunning shots. You're obviously happy with that result.
Yeah, of course, I'm happy, but nothing done yet, to be honest. Still a lot of games to be played. And, you know, this is Hunger Games. It's going to be very tight. So, yeah, just keep winning and, yeah, confident for the next match.
Yeah, you're feeling very confident. You said in the VT before that there's no real favourite, but that's a huge result for you. And, you know, as you look into the next couple of games, is there anything you're going to try and adapt, or are you just going to kind of keep playing the way? Have you learned anything from that game that you just played there?
I mean, I've just have a plan. I've trained a lot, so I can prepare. So I'll just do my plan. Of course, if the opponent, I'm struggling against the opponent, I'll need to change some things. But for the moment, it's going good.
You're happy?
Yeah, I'm happy, of course, even if my face doesn't show it. But I'm just focused.
You're in the zone. That's what I like to see.
Yeah.
All right, best of luck in the next game, anyway.
Thank you.
All right, lads, that was Mestre. Obviously, a fantastic result. Back to you guys in the main studio.
Thank you, Barry and Mestre. Harry, Mestre's had a really good start to the day. Do you think he can keep that up for the day? Is he one of the biggest threats right now in the competition?
Undoubtedly so, yes, undoubtedly. I mean, we're talking about a man who was just, I mean, a penalty either side away from being the reigning world champion that we're talking about here. So, yeah, I think it's scary to see him after not playing in the first round of matches here in the group stages to come out into what is essentially his first round of matches against Pituok, who himself just came off a huge win against the 3-time world champion, and put on a display like that. Yeah, definitely without question, Mestre will be a tough cookie here.
Yeah, I know, it's going to be interesting. Was that the match you guys kind of expected, or was there a bit of a shock somewhere?
It probably was what we expected, yeah. I mean, I tried to draw it out of Mestre there, and he said it himself. He's not shown it, but he was happy with that result, because it was. I think the scoreline, obviously Pituok came into the game, but Mestre was in full control of that in the first half, and he just did enough that he wasn't ever really going to be caught, a player of his standard and caliber. But yeah, it was. I mean, Pituok is probably a bit of the unknown there. Mestre, we know what we're going to try and kind of going to get with him. and he did show it again today. And he seems very confident, Harry, doesn't he? He seems very, very confident down there. So
he always does. He always comes into these club events with so much, almost a sense of bravado, but definitely a lot of confidence as well. So, yeah, I think that Mestre will be happy with that. To answer your question, I feel maybe that when you look at the score as like a standalone thing, 4-2, yeah, maybe it's what we expected, but I think Pituok will be disappointed. Perhaps he knows those 2 goals. Mestre was cruising at that point.
And as you said as well, Alex, like the homegrown aspect of it as well with Mestre, Spanish factor, he will draw a little bit from that, and obviously his experience, as Harry said. So yeah,
he looks really, really comfortable.
He does. Yeah, he looks chill. Yeah, which is scary